Hey, what's up everybody? On this video, you are looking at some Kennedy half dollars. Silver business strike Kennedy half dollars. A little later in this video, I will be showing you two other silver business strike Kennedy half dollars, a couple that you may or may not be familiar with. But quite often on my videos, when I discuss constitutional silver, I always like to reference how 1964, for the most part, was the last year that our circulating coinage in the United States by the United States government was struck in silver. 90% silver, Kennedy half dollars, Washington quarters, Roosevelt dimes. This was the last year that our coinage, circulating coinage, was 90% silver. However, I also like to reference from 1965 to 1969 how Kennedy half dollars were still struck with 40% silver. Now on this video, we do see one 1964 Kennedy half dollar. Then just below that, we see four 40% silver Kennedy half dollars. The only one that I'm missing at the moment is a 1965, but you do see a 1966, 1967, 1968, and 1969. 1964 was the first year that the Kennedy half dollars were struck. The business strike Kennedy half dollars in 1964 have huge mintages, but that may or may not matter to you if you're just a silver stacker and you like to stack constitutional silver. The mintages may not matter to you. However, in 1964, the Philadelphia business strike Kennedy half dollar has a mintage of 273,304,004. And then a 1964 Denver Kennedy half dollar has a mintage of 156,205,446. And those, by the way, are just the business strike 1964 Kennedy half dollars. The 1964 Denver has a D mint mark, and the 1964 Philadelphia has no mint mark. Then in 1965, the United States Mint produced 40% silver Kennedy half dollars through 1969, intended for circulation. These coins were in circulation. Whenever you do coin roll hunting, I sometimes do coin roll hunting half dollars that I can pick up from the bank and look for silver. It's getting very, very difficult to find 90% silver, but I can still find quite easily the 40% silver Kennedy half dollars. In 1965, the mintage of all the 40% silver Kennedy half dollars intended for circulation is the lowest mintage by far. In 1965, Philadelphia, no mint mark, Kennedy half dollar has a total mintage of 65,879,366. The 1966 Philadelphia, no mint mark, Kennedy half dollar has a mintage of 108,984,932. The 1967 Philadelphia, no mint mark, Kennedy half dollar has a mintage of 295,046,978. The 1968 Denver Kennedy half dollar has a total mintage of 246,951,930. And then the 1969 Denver Kennedy half dollar has a total mintage of 129,881,800. But 1969 was the last year for the 40% silver Kennedy half dollar. There was a 40% silver Kennedy half dollar, and I have a couple of them right here that I will be showing you now. So this is a 40% silver 1970 Kennedy half dollar, and this is graded by PCGS MS63. And then here's another 40% silver 1970 Denver, and this one is graded by PCGS MS64. Last several times that I have made a video about these Kennedy half dollars, the 40% silver Kennedy half dollars, I have been receiving comments about how don't forget that the 1970 Kennedy half dollars were also 40% silver, and the 1970 Denver Kennedy half dollars were 40% silver, but they were not intended for circulation. The only way you were able to get the 1970 Denver Kennedy half dollars, 40% silver Kennedy half dollars, was in the United States Mint uncirculated coin sets. The 1970 Denver is considered a key date for the Kennedy half dollars, especially the 40% silver Kennedy half dollars. As I just read off all the mintages on this video, the 1970 Denver Kennedy half dollar has a mintage of 2,150,000. I would like to reference a little write-up, a little article from NGC about the 1970 Denver Kennedy half dollar. It says in 1970, a bill was pending in Congress that would both authorize the coining of a new dollar piece and eliminate the silver entirely from the circulating half dollar. The U.S. Mint coined only enough half dollars that year to provide for the annual uncirculated sets ordered by collectors. Since it was not certain when the bill would pass, it did, but not until the very last day of the year. And the collector coins proved to be the entire mintage of the 1970 D Denver half dollars. This was a lucky bonus to loyal purchasers of these sets, and the price of these coins rose sharply for a year or two after issue. It still carries a somewhat more modest premium today. This date was poorly made for the most part, the dies appearing a bit indistinct when new and then being used entirely too long. Gems are not rare, but the certified population grading higher than MS65 is rather limited. There's a higher incidence of proof-like PL and even deep proof-like DPL than either earlier dates in this series, and this anomaly has not been explained. There are only a few very minor double die reverse varieties for 1970D, but the issue is otherwise uninteresting to the variety specialist. 1970D Kennedy half dollar value. According to the NGC price guide, as of June 2024, a Kennedy half dollar from 1970 in circulated condition is worth between $4.30 and $4.80. However, the open market 1970D half dollar in pristine uncirculated condition sells for as much as $12,500. The 1970D Denver Kennedy half dollar is in fact 40% silver. However, these were not intended for circulation, and the only way that you were able to purchase or pick up these coins was in the United States Mint uncirculated coin set from 1970. Now, these coins I did buy in mint sets, and I broke them out and decided to send them in to get graded. These grades really aren't that appealing, but the big money comes in when you can get these coins in a grade higher than a 66. A 67 from NGC, it looks like there is no 68s, no 69s, and no 70s. Based on the NGC census, there is only 23 1970D MS67s, 281 MS66, 3,034 MS65s, 4,739 64s, 330 63s, 42 62s, 161, and 5 58s. The PCGS population report is showing for the 1970 Denver 40% silver Kennedy half dollar, there are 20 MS67s, 1 MS67 plus, 635 MS66s, 21 MS66 plus, 4,557 MS65s, 16 MS65 pluses, 2,940 MS64s, 36 MS64 plus, 329 MS63s, 2 MS63 plus, 31 MS62, and 3 MS61s, 0 68s, 0 69s, and 0 70s. And for those of you who care, there are also 0 MS60s. But the last year that Kennedy half dollars and 40% silver were intended for circulation was 69. There were 1970 Denver Kennedy half dollars, but these were not intended for circulation. Not saying you can't find these in circulation, because people could rip them out of the mint sets and put them into circulation, but the United States Mint or the United States government did not put the 1970D Kennedy half dollars in circulation. And for the most part, the only way that you can find these is in 1970D mint sets, uncirculated mint sets. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in that comment section below. I do appreciate everybody for watching. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. The 1970D 40% silver Kennedy half dollars.